The way I do that is I'm going to reach for his far ankle, okay? So post, back, forward, and then I reach for that far ankle and just roll that way, okay? Boom, catch, and either go sideways. Right, so now we're going to go through more of an applied version of what we just did. You don't honestly get somebody that just sits down and puts his feet in between yours very often. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to transition from standing to ground. We call it an ankle to ankle. Okay? So we're going to go ankle pick straight into an ankle lock. Okay? So I've got a grip. Okay? I'm going to go after his lead leg. So if we're standing righty, I go after his lead leg, which is his right leg. Okay, so take a step, catch right behind the Achilles tendon again. Okay, I'm going to have one high, which is up here on his shoulder, one low, which is down here by his ankle. Okay, make sure I'm still pushing here, because if I just kind of leave this there and try and pull up, he's not going anywhere. Push him back, lift. Okay, up he goes. Okay. Boom, he goes down and I step in, okay, notice one foot's right here and one foot's on the outside, okay, up into the armpit, slide it through again, okay, you can grab your gi if you need to, or put your hands together, okay, doesn't really matter, okay, as I do that, feet together, roll back, right into it, okay.
So that's why we call it ankle to ankle, everybody. He hits the ankle pick, leads directly into an ankle lock.
Right.
And as you get good at this, you will follow right through. You will not ever let go of that ankle. You just keep following straight through. Now, everybody look at Derek's left hand on, he's got to have some kind of an anchor. So his left hand is on Ben's lapel, and as he's doing that, he's pulling down as he drops. He does a good classic drop step, and he does the ankle. So he's got, like Derek said, he's got a high grip and he's got a low grip, okay? And now he just snatches it out, he swings it back in, and notice he brings it right in there. Now, feeds it. And notice he keep moving forward. Don't give him anything. Don't let him off the hook. Keep walking into him, and you sit right in there, and you go right back into the classic ankle lock. You can do a crowbar, other stuff too, but right now the ankle lock's what we're going for.
And for the guys that have been doing this for a little bit, lace through, okay?
Now the reason we do that, we get a little bit of a crank action on the knee. And that adds more pressure. So that's the ankle to ankle, ankle pick to ankle lock. It's a straight ankle lock, and we can play with different variations of that, but and there are a lot of different variations of how to get that ankle pick. This is kind of a basic way of doing it. Okay, we good? Let's train on that.
Like just a regular lace, or do you want to stack?
So we're going to do the same thing, except we're going ankle to heel. Okay, so we're going to go ankle pick to a heel hook. All right. So disclaimer: I'm not one of those people that thinks that heel hooks should never be taught. They're too dangerous, and you're going to destroy each other's knees. It's just like any other submission. If I'm behaving like a normal person and you're behaving like a normal person, nothing's going to happen, right? You go easy until you learn what you're doing. Never try and rip each other's ones off. Nobody gets hurt. Very, very simple. On the opposite side of that, you know the defense, you do the defense, you don't rip your knee apart when you're trying to escape, okay? So don't get freaked out. If anybody's freaked out about heel hooks, don't worry, nothing's going to happen to you. We're going to go nice and slow.
And the old saying, when in doubt, tap out.
Exactly. When in doubt, tap out. All right? heel hooks and ankle locks go together very, very well because your arm is in the exact position it needs to go in between the two of them. Okay? So if you don't get the ankle lock, a lot of times the heel hook is right there. It's not necessarily vice versa every single time, but almost always when you have the ankle lock, you've got the heel hook just waiting there. So that's what we're going to go right into. Okay? So again, catch. Okay, boom. He comes down. All right, I'm going to move in, knees together. And as I roll back, I don't have my arm underneath. Okay? So this is a perfect opportunity for when I don't get my hand all the way through here. Okay? If I can't grab my own gi, my arm isn't through enough. So if I'm here and I'm looking down and I don't see my hand or my wrist, I'm not getting the ankle. Okay? I can do this all I want. It's not going to happen. Okay? My hand has to be through and I have to be able to see it. So if I got down here already and I forgot about that part, or he pulled his leg out enough, it's going to be difficult. Okay, you can get it if you practice a lot, but you know, for a beginner to medium level, a lot of times it's just easier to go for the heel hook. Okay, so that's what we're going to do.
By the way, heel hooks are not permitted in Sambo, competition Sambo, so we just want you to know that.
Yeah, in almost every competition format, it's not allowed right now. In MMA, it's still allowed. At like black belt and advanced levels, it's still allowed in submission grappling, so, and Jiu-Jitsu, but who knows how long that's going to last. That doesn't mean it doesn't need to be taught. Okay, I still think it's a valid technique. Alright, so here I am. I've got a hold of the ankle still, but I don't have the ankle lock. So what I'm going to do is put my knees together, slip my elbow back, okay? So he's still right here, and I clamp my elbow back to where his toes are right in my armpit and wedged in between the side of my arm and my ribs, okay? There's no space there, okay? Thumb is still up, okay? Reach across, and I get my hands together, okay? From there, pull in, okay? So I'm like squishing him in here so that the sharp part of my wrist is in against the Achilles tendon, okay? Boom, and then I turn my shoulders, okay? I don't turn my hands. Hands are for holding. I lock him in there as tight as I can get so that I've got control of the upper and the lower part of the leg. My shoulders do the twist work for me, okay? And if you're doing it right, that's all it takes. Okay, if I try and use my hands, okay, I have to get all the way up there to do it, okay? So lock it in tight. Let your shoulders do the work.
Notice Derek's left arm over Ben's leg. Look how he's, so you're just trapping him in totally.
And you suck that in nice and tight, and then twist that way, okay? Make sense? All right, let's try it.
That's the basic heel hook, basic heel hook.
So we're going to try here, come through and wrap up, all right? And then the idea is you just dump him down like that, right? Well, a lot of times you get somebody who's going to hop around and be very dexterous on his feet. So I come in, I get the single, he's hopping around, it's hard to finish. So instead what I'm going to do is pop my head to the side on his hip, dump him down, okay? If he's remarkably good at hopping around on that foot, okay, I'm going to pop through there, back, at the corner, and dump. Okay, so it's a 90-degree angle. Ear on his hip, okay? So again, catch, right? Boom, back, round, dump. From a single, okay? So, and you can see Hossamar Palhares do this in the UFC all the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run in and get his leg, pull that leg up, okay? Basically, I've grabbed a single like this, and he's put his leg on the outside is usually what happens. So as soon as I got this, I hold on real tight to his leg, and then I just roll under it. Get under and grab his leg up. So, got the leg, get under, grab his leg up. Okay, I've still got his leg. Does that make a little bit more sense? And my feet are still the same. Shin wedge in, other leg racing around the outside.
So he picks the leg up, swings under.
Okay.
kicks his right leg, in this case, over Mike's left leg, traps it.
Easy to just slide back.
And you can then, there's a straight ankle lock. There he goes, a heel hook. You could even finish with a toe hold.
Don't let go of the leg. That's like your life. So even if I've got him back here, and he's trying to push off. Just got his leg. Now he's stuck. I can start adjusting for.
Seeing, guys, that's a logical move if you're Derek there and you kind of treetop him or grab that leg and he's hopping away. You slide under him. He doesn't think about, bam, you've changed how tall you are now, and go under him. Transition right to the ground into a nice submission technique. Change levels, I meant to say. That's what I was thinking of. Had a mind blank there.
Go for it.
Okay, let's try that then, guys. That was a single leg to actually sweep under and get into a lace wrap.
Here, we're going to be going from a double, or what appears to be a double, straight into a leg lace and into a leg lock. Whether that's a heel hook or an ankle lock is entirely up to you. So, go ahead and stand up for me. The basic position that we're going to be doing this out of, and I'm going to go kind of slow through it, is I've got his legs, and trust me, this isn't my normal double, I'm just showing you the move. Okay, so I've got his legs, and I'm going to transition to a leg lace from here, okay? So, okay? So if I was shooting, kind of see how you're coming in just close enough to get a hold of his legs. You go right underneath him into your leg lace. Okay? And really all you need to do to sell it, now this is not legal in judo, or because you can't do a double and you can't go after the legs. But if it's a jiu-jitsu tournament where they don't allow guard pulling, you know, all you have to do is get a hold of the legs. You really kind of want to, because it makes it easier to flip underneath. If you're having trouble with the idea, okay, come in on a knee, grab some pants, okay, and then use that to shove your feet through, okay? Okay, still got a hold of his pants. Now use his pants to lace, push, okay? Got it? Yes? No? Maybe? Yeah. Right,
see, guys, what you're doing, you notice you're grabbing the legs as basically a base or an anchor, swinging your legs through so you can work the lace.
Right.
Okay, let's give it a shot.
A little bit more efficient as far as the doubles. All right, so now that you got the basic movement, let's make sure that we're not just butt scooting, okay? Because it's, after all, Sambo / grappling, not, you know, BJJ. So, the basic move, just like I showed you guys, and I'm sorry if I insult any BJJ guys, feel free to call me a, you know, knuckle dragging judo guy, that's cool, I'm fine with that. I showed you guys the throw and then the arm lock last time, so here's the actual, you know, throw from here. So basically I'm going to shoot in on a double. Okay? Now the key from there is I'm either going to key off of his reaction to my double if he sprawls, or I'm going to get a hold of some legs and then whip myself underneath them. And that's what differentiates it from a guard pull, because if I do this as a guard pull, yeah, it's effective, but it isn't very fast, right? If I do it as a shot, grab some legs and then flip underneath them, it's much quicker. So just go ahead and be open. Okay, so do it as a shot, grab some legs, and down he goes. Okay, you've got forward momentum on your side, you've got control of his hips, way easier to get where you need to be. Okay, see how I actually got a hold of his legs, it was a shot. As soon as I was in position though and I had those legs, right underneath him. Okay, Didn't pull him to me, didn't scoop my butt really, I just whipped underneath. Okay? All right, try it. Hips in.
I'd love to do what you're asking me to do.
Here's your sprawl, okay?
He's a wrestler.
I'm gonna put a foot up, okay, and then I'm gonna drive both feet through there and keep a hold of his feet, all right? He falls forward, I loop him over, finish with my heel hook or whatever I want. Don't try and sit through immediately. Put that foot up. He's got 160, 190, 240 pounds, whatever he weighs, is all on my shoulders. If I try and go from here to there, he's gonna flatten me like a pancake, okay? So don't get sloppy and try and cut corners. Put your foot up, okay? Keep a hold of his legs, then sit through and lace up.
See, as you guys are working up, you've got to create a post or a base. And if not, he's got you. So create that base, just even for a split second, then shoot under.
There we go, okay. Good sprawl, create my base, shoot forward and loop through, okay? Got it? So, go for it. Good, go.
So we're working on leg lacing here.
Okay. Look at my ankle, my heel hook.
Derek, you want to shoot in again, a little faster time for the video. He shoots in, Mike sprawls, rolls under, Derek laces under and catches the heel hook, or could be any ankle, straight ankle or toe hold. Shoots under, sprawls, slide under, and finish out there. And it's really kind of like the Sakuraba, the great MMA fighter, did, but it's a very good old Sambo move from Russian Sambo. So we'll practice it now. Thanks a lot. And lower body submissions. Remember, guys, before we start, what you're seeing here, and think this through. In everything we do in Sambo, we want to control, we want to trap, and we want to lever. Okay, if you judo guys, kind of equates to break the balance, fit in, and throw. Okay, same thing. We're controlling the body. However we control them to get to the ground and control the movement, controlling position, just like Matt Lindland said yesterday. The second thing is to trap or collect or gather his leg to your body to make it part of you, what we were talking about earlier. And then lever is actually applying. We're levering against the joint, so making it hurt. What we're going to do now is a scissors throw, and probably a lot of you guys know the scissors throw, so we can go back, try to get 4 points for it, and we try to probably go for a straight knee bar. We're going to do a little different angle on the scissors throw. We're going to be coming to the side and to the front, okay? So I'm going to let Derek take it from here because he's used this. This is a good move. And any questions? And there are different ways to get into the scissors throw. We'll kind of discuss those as well. So I'll let you go from here, and then I'll add it if we need to. So let's go get it.
Okay, so first things first, grips. So you'll see a lot of this, okay? And the guys just want to kind of fly in and do it. And the problem with that is that if he takes a backward step, I do this, okay? I'm already off balance. So how I like doing it is I'll open that grip, and even if he's got a good grip on something, I open, and then I use what I call the Hecadon grip, because Chris Hecadon does this to like everybody, and it's horrible. So you just come in around, and you feed that right in there, okay? Now that gives me an inside angle on his hips, and it gives me good control over his shoulders. So where my shoulders go, his shoulders go.
And also point out what Steve was just saying, get the elbows down. Don't let your elbow float. Floating elbow is a bad thing. Trapping.
Yeah.
Okay, it ties in what Matt said last night, to trap and use the elbows. So there we go, another thing to tie in.
Yep. Okay, now, if you haven't done this throw before, okay, we're going to post and then we're going to scissor, because that's the safe way to learn it, okay? If you have done it before, let your partner know that you're going to be doing it right into it so they know what to expect. Okay, I'm going to post so you guys see how to do it. Okay, post, okay, step back, foot up, in the hip, back, through, okay? Catch, right into an ankle lock. Okay?
Now that's the basic,
That's
throwing
the
it
basic.
to the back version, okay? We're gonna go from that in a moment to the side and the front.
Right.
But right, that's the basics of it.
Okay, so again, back through here. This time, he's expecting me to go back. So I'm gonna roll forward. And the way I do that is I'm gonna reach for his far ankle, okay? So post, back, forward, and then I reach for that far ankle and just roll that way, okay? Boom, catch, and either go sideways. Or it'll go forward. Depends on how much you catch him sleeping, okay? For me, most of the time, it's sideways. Okay? Boom. Catch, okay? Post, back, hook. When you fell back, you down the left. Huh? When you fell back, you back down the left. Right. And part of it is to keep him from turning out or trying to sprawl out of the scissors, okay? Everybody knows the first ankle, okay? So I come in here like this, he knows I'm going after that ankle, and I might miss it, okay? But if I've got that far ankle, see how it just goes right down? Okay? So we just go straight for the far ankle.
If you did fall forward, we'd roll over to be more of a bent knee lock from the front side, from the back.
So, okay, to get him to go forward, you got to get deep on this and roll that way. Okay, and we got that. Or we got that.
Sometimes the guy will bail on you and go front. In that case, you roll your inside, because his left shoulder is rolling under him,
Right.
and take him forward.
Right. So it depends on which way I feel him going. I almost always go that way, but if you want to go forward, you got to put your back in front of him as you grab that foot.
Ultimately, we got to think what our goal is, guys. What do we want? We want his ankle, don't we? We want to get the tap out. In the process, I'm going to try to get as many points out from the referee as I can. So, yeah, the takedown, the transition is a point getter, but ultimately I want his, that part of the body, and I want to get the submission.
So let's do the sideways one first, okay? Open up, back in, come over, feet it in. Grab it, drop your elbow, okay? Post, step back. This foot goes up in the hip, the other foot goes behind. And as I'm over here, okay, jamming that foot up and finishing. If he goes after my other foot,
Yeah. We'd like to keep it jammed if we could. We'd like to keep that jammed if we could, because there's less of a target for him to go for.
right.
I think we all know that.
He's still gonna have to pull my foot up to get an ankle lock, okay? And I'm gonna beat him to it. If he starts pushing my foot for a toe hold, we just roll to avoid, okay? One more time through.
If you guys want to call it a rolling scissor throw, side scissor throw, whatever you want to call it, we don't care. But that's what we're really doing. Remember, we're kind of tucking inside the left shoulder in this case and rolling him over. Takes it to the side.
Now into more leg lock type stuff. For this one, it's basically, you could do this off of a single, a high crotch, or if the guy tries to tree tuck you. It's easiest if the guy tries to tree tuck you. So Mike has, no, actually, let me do it this way.
Okay, you're going to go that side?
Yeah.
Let me come around this way so you can see that.
Okay, so no. He's got the single, okay, he pulls it up really high because he thinks that he's just going to try and, flip me on the ground this way, okay? There I go.
Or he might have it between his legs to park it there like a lot of wrestlers do. We see that.
His head down nice and
Yeah,
low.
and that's often done.
Happens a lot too. So we'll start with the tree tuck because that's the easiest, okay? So what I'm going to do is I can either catch a whizzer, keep control of the head, or the easiest one is to catch right behind that armpit right there, okay? So don't be way out here, lean on him a little bit, catch behind the armpit. I'm gonna take one hop back, and then I'm gonna scoop my legs behind his and do a Kani Basami, okay? So we hop,
We have two things, actually three things going on here. Derek wants to get out of that high leg grab, that treetop stuff, okay? Number one, we're seeing that. So how can I get out of that? He's gonna take me down. Number two, he said, I want to get him to the mat. So he's gonna hop back, and notice when he does hop back, he posts on his hands if he needs to, on his left hand, to swing his left foot back, get the Kani Basami, the scissors throw. Third thing he wants to do, finish with the, in this case, the ankle lock.
but you could just as easily go into a heel hook.
Heel hook or, you know, whatever, but yeah, probably heel hook or ankle lock, toe hold. There you go. Now, watch how he finishes, how he actually gets the scissors throw. Now,
Okay.
when he hops around, look at the body position.
Okay, so foot's as close to getting outside as I can. You might not be able to get way over here, but get as close as you can, okay? Then as you take a hop, I'm gonna guide my leg behind him, and if I need to, I'll post. Technically, you don't need to post, but it helps to get your confidence up with this move, okay? And also, I'm keeping him nice and tight, okay? So I've hopped out, boom, I'm gonna hop up, swing behind, post if I have to. Okay? And as soon as I hit the ground, I'm hooking that near side leg. Okay? If you have to, we're gonna lock him back in.
Now, with that, in this case, Derek's left leg, when he shoots it behind, watch what he does with his foot to manipulate Mike's leg. He comes back and watch the ankle action. Now watch that foot. See, boom. See, he chops it.
And you want to kind of lift up a bit, scoop in on this ankle, bring it all the way over, finish.
And this is a common position. We get caught with this. Everybody gets caught with this. And here's a good counter for that. You know, the high leg they grab, and you catch it. Okay, you'll see this in any form of combat sport, you know, that's legal. Wouldn't be legal in Judo. Kani Basamis aren't legal in Judo, but certainly Sambo, MMA, submission grappling, you know, whatever.
Yep.
Okay, we want to try that, guys? Let's give it a go.
Basically, we're going to roll through for a knee bar. Some people call it like a Victor roll. I've heard it referred to as that. But it's basically a transition from a throw. You're getting him to think that you're going to throw him for either with an Uchimata or a Harai Goshi, and then you roll under and get on his leg. And it works really well when he actually thinks that you're going to throw him because he puts his hip in, and that gives you the leg. Okay, but the important thing to remember is I'm not just going to turn around and roll through, because then he mashes my face into the mat, takes my back and chokes me unconscious. Okay, so you got to actually work the first part of it. All right, so starting with it, I don't like the traditional grip from it because that tends to give me too much space here. Okay, so the one thing I don't want is any space in between our torso. So if it's a no-gi situation, I'm going to come over and I'm going to get a whizzer. Okay, if it's a gi situation, I'm going to come around the side and get the scapular grip. Okay. So as soon as I get that one, I know that our shoulders are welded together. There's not going to be any space, and as I come through, he's going to come with me because I've got that grip. And even with the whizzer, you know, I can tell he's going to come with me because I bend over and he comes with. So I've got this grip, and I bend over. See all that space there? And there I go. Okay? So space is not our friend in this instance. Okay? So I get a hold of that. What I'm going to do is I like doing this off of an Uchimata because I can leg lace him, and he thinks it's an Uchimata. I'm actually just starting my leg grab right there. So I'll back step right there. You can take a big, huge back step, okay, if you want a faster roll. I just like getting here because I'll come through and I'll lace that leg. And what that gives me is that even if he starts coming backwards and trying to back out of it, I still got to hold him with that leg. Okay? If I just kind of stick it up there and he backs out, okay, my foot comes out. Not exactly legal and everything, but again, remember, I'm not kawazugaking him and kicking out. I'm just lacing and holding. Okay? So the back step is so that my hips are squared up so that when I finish the turn, I can reach through right there. okay? If all I do is this, and then turn around and try and grab, I'm off angled, and when I finish, I'm gonna be on the side of his knee. All right, so back step, lace up, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bend over and catch behind the knee with my hand, okay? Come through my legs, catch behind his knee. Don't worry about the ankle, grab behind the knee, because even if he folds it over, I can deal with that. If I go for the ankle and I mess this up, he steps out of it, I'm on the ground, he's not, okay? So grab right there, okay? And right about here, I'm gonna shoulder roll. What we see a lot is when people are here, they kind of kick that foot out that way and flop over on their side. It's a great way to get smashed again, okay? You gotta kamikaze your way through this, just do a shoulder roll. We practice it every single time in practice, okay? Back step, lace, grab, shoulder roll, and he rolls right over for me. Now look, by being behind his knee, I've got a good grip on him, okay? I'm in nice and tight on his hip, and it's the same principle as an arm lock. I want to control the shoulder so that no matter what he does with the upper part, I can always come back to it and straighten it. If I aim way out here and he pulls it away, and now I got to try and re-grip. But here, even if he bends it over that way, I can finish. Okay? It also makes for a tighter roll, which means you won't be landing on your face a lot. Okay? Grab a hold, okay? It should already be on your chest. Grab with the other arm, get your head on the other side, and bring it in. Your feet should be right behind his butt, and bringing it in with your heels.
Note point, he didn't go on his back, did he? He rolled on the left side, okay, the side furthest away, you know, toward his foot actually. So go ahead, I just want to add that point, everybody. You roll on the side.
And that's a range of motion thing, everybody. If I'm flat on my back, I've got like maybe 6 inches I can bridge into it, which is my finishing range. If I'm on my side, I can bridge back as far as I'm able to, okay? All right, so again, step, hook, roll, pull through all the way. As soon as I come in, heels tuck in, reach over and grab, okay? Head goes closest to the mat, and then you just pull the leg back, okay? As you grab and hug and come down, it will slide naturally for you, okay? So don't worry about grabbing it in a baseball grip and then pulling back. Unlike an arm bar, that's your biggest muscle group. My hands are going to lose against his thighs every day of the week, okay? So grab onto it like a koala bear, and then when you straighten out, you're using your back and your legs and not your arms, okay? Make sense?
Another point, when you get that whizzer, if you had no gi, to be the overhook. If you have the jacket, use the jacket, and you're going to, as Derek is rolling, look at that right hand. What he's going to do, he's going to be pulling Mike with him, okay? So as he spins through, can everybody see that from that angle? Okay, so he's got a good grip there. Now as he steps through, he's going to be pulling, rolling through, and there you got it, and then you can go for the finish. That part is that, you know, if you just didn't do anything but throw the guy, you got a nice throw, you know, and, you know, get some points for that, say in freestyle judo or sambo or something. But you want to finish with a submission because it's a good transition. We're doing this not so much as a throw, but more as a transition, but it still is a throw, okay? All right, want to try that, guys? And then we'll come back and we'll have Mike show a little demo because he does slightly things, but he's got a really good one too. So, all right.
Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a variation of Kanibasami. It kind of starts like a Kanibasami and then it ends like a sideways Sumigaishi. And then we're going to transition directly into a leg triangle with some form of lower leg attack, whether it's an ankle lock, a reverse ankle lock, or an inverted heel hook. Whichever one you want to do, it's all there for you. And then normally we do this throw from this kind of position, and we'll catch through and we'll hook right there to get kind of an anchor for Kanibasami. We might also just put it up there, but a lot of times when you're faking with your uchimate, and he's kind of like bagging out, you need to catch something so that you can kind of get your base before you swing through. The difference here is I'm going to lace his leg. Okay, I'm going to Kawazugaki him if it's allowed. If it's not, I'm going to get it as tight in as I can and just kind of swing my foot in nice and tight. And what that's going to do is it's going to keep my leg in real high and concentrated on this leg, because that's where I want to finish. I want to attack this leg. So if I'm in super tight like this with the Kawazugaki, or at the very least bringing that ankle in tight, I've got his hip locked in. From here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing through. I'm going to post my hand so it's nice and slow for you guys, but normally we do it without the hand post. So we post the hand, we swing through, and see how that foot catches him and brings him right over there. And when I'm doing it at normal speed, usually we kick him up and over right about there, which allows me to come up and get that inside leg triangle. And at this point, his hip is pretty effectively locked. Slide back and we catch the ankle lock, and you can see that it's stretching his hip as well. So his range of motion to actually trying to escape this is pretty limited. So it'd be a quick attack that way, a quick attack with the reverse figure four, and then an extremely quick inverted heel hook. So be careful with it. His hip is not going to move. So when I catch that right in there like that, you can see how he's already starting to invert right there. It is a very quick heel hook. And that's mostly because I've locked his hip in this way. If his hip were out this way, it would be quick, but it wouldn't be nearly as quick. I'd have to work on it a little bit. And that's because his hip can move. When we're out here like this, it ain't moving. His hip is locked in nice and tight because I flexed it sideways. So it's a very, very quick flex. You can actually see his knee move a little bit when you do that. So if you're going to do that version of it, be careful. Here. Get a good high shoulder grip, or German grip as I'm starting to call it. Get the lace nice and high on the hip, because remember that's where I'm going to be transitioning to attack after this. Swing under, okay? Catch him with the foot, and see how I straighten that leg to kick his hip over sideways. That brings my other leg in.
Off the Georgian grip, got the lapel grip. I'm here. Remember the pressure, and then we did the roll. This time, I'm going to disengage, and I'm going to come right here. I'm going to step right here. Now, what I'm going to do at this point, I'm rolling straight back, but I'm going to maintain this. Okay? As I roll back, I'm going to catch to a knee bar. Just going to be an inverted knee bar. Okay. So, I'm here, I'm there. The pressure, remember, elbow down. Keep the pressure on it. Look, right here, a lot of times you can disengage this. I don't care, you can keep the lapel or you can go control the arm, all right? Doesn't matter. So, I'm going to roll back, and catch there, and if that fails, I've got an arm lock. Or I've got an arm lock and a knee bar. All I'm doing is rolling straight back. Here, here, here. If you wish, grab the wrist or the forearm, step, roll in, catch, and all I'm doing is pushing down. So, here's the arm, right there.
You can oil check them from there too.
Great. Any questions?
Hey, great. Go over one more time.
Okay, come here.
No, one point though that Greg is doing here, and I'd like to point out, with his left leg, he immediately hooks that as he's rolling back, because that immediately elongates the leg, Derek's right leg. So it stretches it right from the get-go. Now watch his left leg as he comes back. Bam, see that quick catch? And that's where we get a nice straight knee bar. It's very, very subtle, and it's fooled guys. I mean, it really is. It's fooling. It's foolish, you know, people get fooled by it.
All right, go.
We're drilling tonight on some Sambo moves here, some Jiu-Jitsu and Sambo moves, and in our Shingitai philosophy, there's actually no difference between Sambo, combat Sambo, sports Sambo, or Shingitai Jujitsu. And Derek Darling and Mike Pennington are just rolling around, drilling back and forth. What they're doing, they're shooting in for a single leg, rolling under them, what we call a crowbar, and finishing it. And I'm not going to have them stop and explain it and parse it out to you because I don't want to interrupt their drill. But you can see what Derek is doing here. He's coming in for a deep single leg and stepping in hard under Mike with his hips and shooting, driving under, rolling him, much like a tomoe-nage, sumi-geishi in Judo or Jiu-Jitsu, and finishing with a very nasty compression bent knee leg lock, bent knee lock. And you can see this. You see how he finishes up and finishes the. It all starts from shooting a single, and in this case, see how he rolled, and you can see him finish, and he's coming back and finishing with it bent. I didn't quite get a good shot from the backside here, but I'll show it enough, hopefully, that you can see what the guys are doing. And there you can see, there you go. And that is a very good compression bent knee lock, a crowbar, we call it here.